second segment here. We wanna get into the enigma that we've talked about so much of Mr. Ceez, Cesar. Cesar has been a topic of conversation a lot. So first of all, the star of the Snooze.
Damn snoosh.
Do people bring that up a lot to you?
No, not really, because I haven't shown the video.
He's like, I don't want to show anybody.
No, I don't know. I just show the video to the people that, they can get the jokes.
Right.
Or
Yeah.
they can handle it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to be choosy on who you show that to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because if I show it to regular people, I know they will be like, you fucked up.
Yeah.
I think
really bad.
Repulsed is the word you're looking for.
Yeah, you're repulsed. Yeah, that's the word.
So I want to do. Let's do this shot here in the honor of Mr. Ceez, because also I've been telling you how long I've been trying to get you on the show, and so this is for Mr. Ceez. This is Margaritaville tequila, by a white man, Jimmy Buffett.
Oh shit!
This is Jimmy Buffett tequila. There you go. So I hate that I'm giving Cesar tequila that's from Jimmy Buffett, but hey,
I take shots like a little bitch.
That's right. Salud.
Yeah.
Salud.
What? I thought you were a tequila guy, but
I'm just not a shot guy.
oh, gotcha. Okay.
It wasn't a shot.
Look at him. He's licking the bottle.
Yeah, no, I said I literally said before I took this I take shots like a bitch. I've never been a straight liquor guy.
Me neither.
Yeah.
But I like it.
Yeah.
He's like, me neither. I'm just not a bitch.
So, how long have you been in the United States?
Close to 16 years.
16 years. Okay.
16.
And so you came here at what, 19?
Yeah.
19. Okay. So, and this is the conversation you and I have had before, and this is what I think is so cool about it. So, you came here not for the same. Most people go, oh, you come here for work, you come here for this. No, you came here for cultural reasons.
The bitches. Oh.
But yeah. Back on Mexico, I was playing music, like Mexican rock and roll. I was doing good, and then I got a chance to come over here. My dream was like, okay, I'm playing music. I'm going to the States. Probably I'm gonna find, musicians that they can play with me.
Yeah.
I came over here and I thought that it's gonna sound racist, but like they say, fuck it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can talk whatever.
Yeah,
we
yeah,
want
sure,
over
yeah.
here.
No, say,
my,
yeah.
my them people, they were like still stuck on the same music. They were in the States. They went open mind, and
You talking about the people in Mexico?
no, over here.
Over
yeah,
here,
when
okay.
I, when I, when I
When you
come over
first
here.
came, okay.
Yeah, they didn't get what my point of view of music.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it took me a while. I came over here and I didn't play music for a couple years, and then I met some Mexican musicians. They were pretty cool. I started playing with them. We did some shows like on Claremont, Tampa, pretty far sometimes, but it wasn't me.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
Really, I thought Claremont was the center of Spanish music.
yeah,
You mean the music you were playing wasn't really you?
yeah,
So were you playing, what type of music? Were you just traditional Spanish music?
yeah.
Okay.
You know,
Is it boring
like
to play, or you
polka
just...
music?
Oh,
Like,
okay.
okay, Tejano.
But
yeah,
is it...
like Tejano?
Okay, yeah.
Did you not like it because you don't like polka, or did you not like it because it's boring to play?
Not boring. It's not boring. Just kind of slow.
Slow.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the music we play.
Yeah.
You will feedback.
You like to be expressive.
Yeah, yeah. And then I wanna do my my thing, whatever I feel
Yeah.
playing, I wanna show it up when I'm
Yeah,
playing.
and that music's not very free to improvisation. It's
I-
like it is what it is, and you play it the way it's played. Whereas you want to be able to like feel what's happening and like sort of put your edge on it and like your sound on it.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And then I played with a Mexican band for a while, and they fired me.
Yeah.
I don't know how to call me because they stopped calling me.
Stop calling you.
Yeah,
You're
So,
just
yeah.
you're too good
for
for 'em.
practice, for practice.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was going crazy before
Yeah.
we start playing, and I was trying to go nuts
Yeah.
on the songs, and I didn't play for 5, 6 years, something like that, until I met Bobby Clock.
Bobby Clock. Man, so we've talked so many
Yeah.
times about him on the air. Bobby Clock, and I think you'll remember the story. Bobby Clock was a musician that he was like Danny Feedback's little brother. He passed away in 2019. Was it 2019 or 20?
I don't know.
I think it was 2019.
I'm
he
bad
passed
with
away.
dates.
He passed away of an overdose, but Bobby was like one of those guys that he was like the sky's the limit. Like he was super creative. Everything he did was times 1,000. He was just one of those guys that saw all the shit that no one else sees. He was like Rain Man of music, in my opinion. Yeah, don't
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like he could
yeah.
see notes that weren't there, and he just everything like he was
Yeah.
like
You
he
see
just
him
press a
and he
button and
spread
the whole
it.
song opened up in front of him.
That's what drugs do for you.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
too.
But so when you met Bobby, is that how you? That's how you got into the group of us that you're in now.
Yeah, I started playing with Bobby.
So Bobby was a roofer too. Did you meet Bobby through roofing?
No,
Really?
yeah. So for some reason,
How the fuck do two roofers meet each other not on a job site?
Same street.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was living on 441 and Clarkona Coy
Yeah.
here in Florida, and one time I was renting a house. I got a big a big garage.
Yeah.
And I got my drum over there, and I was trying to play one time. I was playing, and some guy was walking by. He jumped the fence, and he come to me. Hey, you play drums? I play guitar. Hey, we should get together and play something. I was, who's this guy? I said, okay, I play with you on a, but let me know on a band. And like a month later, I was on my room, and my ex came to me, and she said, "Hey, there is somebody outside, and this guy look like he's on drugs because he's hyper or whatever." And then I realized who was it. There is Bobby. Hey, what's going on? Hey, and then I come outside and say, "What's going on?" Bobby say, "We got a show on 3 weeks," and
Oh, he already booked a show.
yeah, because he only saw me playing drums.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I told him I play whatever.
Yeah.
Yep, I play a show with Bobby like 2 months later, and I started meeting people
Yeah.
with him. The first guy I met, it was Ray Brazen, and
Yeah.
then Danny Feedback, you.
Yeah.
Man, it was a crazy journey.
Yeah, that's fucking nuts. So Bobby just was walking by your house, heard you playing drums, and that's how you met Bobby Clock.
Yep, I was playing, and like I said,
Did you know he was a roofer?
Nope,
Did he know you were a roofer? No.
no, nobody knows.
But so after you met him, did you guys ever work together?
One time.
One time.
Yeah, one
That's
time.
so fucking crazy. And so here's the thing that's funny to me about it. So with all this whole group of us, so first of all, you being from Mexico is the least interesting thing about you, by the way. So I'll just say that. But the whole what is interesting to me is that your demeanor and the way that you approach things is very much as an outsider. So have you felt like an outsider most of your life?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I feel like an outsider. Uh, because like over here on the French festival,
Yeah.
I was like doing characters I never done,
Yeah.
and I feel free doing it.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, I'm like comfortable doing it. Whatever, if I get naked, whatever, show up, exposed.
Yeah. yeah. Yeah.
Those exposed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So was that not an option for you back home?
It was an option, yeah, back there. Back over there, if you do something like, I never back home on Mexico, I never saw a show like this.
No.
No,
Did you meet other people like yourself at home?
a couple people.
Yeah. And
Yeah, but it's still weird.
yeah.
Yeah.
So you felt like a weirdo at home.
Kinda.
Yeah.
I feel a weirdo down there, but I feel like that with another people around. But I'm with my friends. I'm fine.
So when you found the group of all of us, did you feel like you're like, holy shit, I'm not that weird after all?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. When I start hanging out with people like this, like you guys.
Mhm.
I realize that I'm not the only one.
Yeah.
I can be weird. I can be sick.
Yeah.
My mom used to tell me, don't compare yourself to the worst and say you're the best. And I'm like, yeah, but if I hang out with everybody shittier than me, that makes me awesome.
Yeah.
Right? Same thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the thing that you told me, like the one of the things you said, so your father passed away recently. It was like a year or two ago, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And so you said you had a conversation with your father about like when you found this whole group of people.
Yeah.
After
So-
he was dead?
What was
Yeah.
what was the conversation you had with your dad about like when you found this group?
Yeah, I was talking with my dad on the phone, and I told him, "Hey, Dad, I just get involved with these white people. It was here a long time ago too, and it was, about the culture over here.
Yeah, yeah.
And my dad told me, hey, if you hang out with white people,
Yeah.
you need to
We're called
be
crackers.
polite. You need to be polite, respectful, all that stuff.
Mm.
And then when I come over here, I told my dad, hey, I feel something different when I hang out with these people than when I hang out with my friends from Mexico. I say, what is that? I say, because when I'm over here, I feel normal. But with my people on Mexico, they say I'm weird. My dad say, okay, that's fine. You're gonna be weird with the normal people, but you're gonna be normal with the weird people.
Yeah.
Right.
And
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, and that's what he gets me. And then I prefer be weird, and then I'm gonna be accepted with the people is weirder than me.
That's fucking
With it.
awesome.
I think I said before where I really started feeling like I was, for myself, you guys always told me I was part of the show from pretty early on, but it was until I was just like, I took the filter off completely.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then I was like, oh, I can literally say the first thing that pops into my head, and it just became very freeing, to just be able to say whatever the fuck you want, and
Yeah.
it's accepted and makes people laugh, and it's awesome.
Well, and he's one of those people too, and I've said this to you before. So when Bushy started doing this show, he had never done this before, and and Heather, my wife Heather, convinced him to come sit in on a show. He sat in on a show, and within a couple of weeks, he said something that, and also a lot of people that listen are people from my past and from Owen's past. So Gilbert Godfrey's producer from his podcast heard Bushy made a comment about the Mexican pizza at Taco Bell and how there was a conspiracy about it. And he started chiming in, and then all of a sudden he was on the show having conversation with the Bushy about this conspiracy with the Mexican pizza. And then I think all of a sudden Bushy was like, he went home after the show and he told us, what did you say? You said went home to your mom and you go, I think I made Gilbert Godfrey's producer laugh tonight.
Yeah. Yeah. No,
I'm like, and that's when you realize, you're like, no, dude, like, just be yourself and you'll be surprised at how well shit can go.
Yeah. I was always, for me, explaining for me the way that you feel, I was always like, I just wanted to be normal. I just wanted to be normal. And it's so much better when you just find people that you can be yourself around than worry about being normal.
Yeah, I mean, it's my whole life has been in a weird convex, I would say, because I played music since I was 17 years old. I'm 46 now. We're talking about almost 30 years of this shit. So I don't know anybody who's quote normal.
Right.
Those people are not part. I mean, I might come across them at work. I might interact with them in some other way. But the people that come into my circle and that are friends of mine, we are not normal. None of us are normal. Because normal shit is, to me, completely boring.
Yeah.
Like, I want to hear Cesar say, I almost showed my butthole at the Fringe Festival. You know what I mean? I want to hear the real fucking deal. And like, and that's why I've said
something
multiple
out of line.
Yes. And that's why I said that's why you're one of my favorite fucking people, because you do not fit any stereotype at all.
And when you realize not being normal makes you more funny or entertaining or exciting, you know what I mean? It's like, why did I ever want to be normal?
Yeah, like I said, my dad, he told me, you weird between the people you think they're normal.
Right.
But you're normal, you're a regular person with the people you hang out that they're really, really weird. Those people that are weird, you're normal.
Yeah.
You know who started all this? Violent J and Shaggy Two Dope.
Yeah. Insane Clown Posse.
They made it okay to be weird.
I will say, I just watched the documentary not too long ago. It's called United States of Insanity. It's about Insane Clown Posse suing the United States government because the FBI labeled Juggalos as a gang.
Which is ridiculous.
Which is
Juggalos?
nuts.
What?
Juggalos, yeah. And so they sued the United States government because all their fans were literally losing their jobs, getting pulled over for no reason because they had the Hatchet Man on their car or whatever, because they were part of this group. Now, meanwhile, whether you like the Insane Clown Posse's music or not, their fucking group of fans are super, super fucking cool, accepting of everyone, and their whole mantra is, if you feel like you're not accepted anywhere else, you're accepted here. That's their mantra. And to make that a fucking gang is nuts to me.
Yep.
And so I watched that documentary, and like Violent J is literally having panic attacks and having to go to see doctors because he's looking at all these things where his fans are being fucked with and their lives are being ruined just because they're a fan of his band. Like, how crazy is that? But that's the mantra of it. It's like, if you're not accepted anywhere else, you're accepted here. Crazy.
I was a juggalo coming up. I feel like I kind of grew out of it a little bit. It is very teenage angsty.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like if you're a juggalo after about 35, 40, you know, maybe you're reaching a little bit, you know, but that's just me. You know, I mean, yet again, that goes back to maybe that person's even more accepting of themselves than I am. You know what I mean?
Right,
to me, I couldn't be a 50-year-old juggalo. You know, I couldn't do it. But that, yet again, that's on me. So
Right, yeah. But that's the thing I think is cool about it. It's like when you find that group of people where it's like, oh shit, this works. So when you were playing music in you told me a story one time. So when you were in Mexico trying to go to shows, that wasn't very easy, right?
No, because on Mexico, the music scene is different.
Yeah.
If you wanna play rock,
Yeah.
it has to be just one kind of rock.
Yeah.
You know there is a difference between the rock of the 60s, 70s, 80s
Yeah.
to the 90s, 2000, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is hard to play.
What do they
The
prefer in
scenes.
Mexico? The older stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They don't want you to go past 80s.
No, they keep it traditional.
They don't like no Nirvana or Alice in Chains.
Yeah, but classic.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
class. So what would you say like over in Mexico? Like what are the bands that everybody listens to? Like what would you say were the tops?
I don't know. I've been here for a while.
Yeah.
Back there on Mexico, when I started playing music, the music I started following was Rammstein.
Yeah.
Oklahoma
Okay.
For Germany.
Yeah.
And a little bit of what is this?
Deftones.
Yeah, Deftones too.
Oh,
I
yeah.
like Chino.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, Deftones.
Deftones still one of my favorites.
Yeah, some of the new metal like Korn, Slipknot.
Yeah.
Have you heard about this band El Nino?
El
El
Nino,
Nino. Yeah.
fuck
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
bro.
Fuck yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I like those.
Yeah.
You know, it was
What about
record?
What about Puya?
Puya?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think
Oh.
I
Puya is from Puerto Rico.
I was about to say I think
I
it
was
was
gonna say, I'll
Colombian
play
or Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
But still Spanish
Yeah, yeah,
Spanish
yeah.
doing like the Korn style heavy
Yeah.
metal like they were really good. That was the first
They're Puerto Rican new metal.
for me that was the first Spanish band I heard doing the heavy stuff like
Yeah.
Sepultura and stuff.
Yeah.
It was basically like Spanish Sepultura for you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, like I say, it was different for me. For over this side, I didn't hear about like Latin bands. The
Yeah.
only Latin band I know it was like heavy was Sepultura.
Oh yeah. Of course.
I love Sepultura.
Yeah. They're Portuguese. Well, they sing in Portuguese, but from Brazil. But also,
yeah,
my-
they're from yeah, they're from Brazil, but the language is Portuguese.
yeah, my brother, Fritz. Fritz, his hero when he was coming up as a drummer was Igor Cavalera.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and so when he was a kid, like
Yeah.
because we started playing music at like big venues when he was like 10, and I was 17, and that's when we started playing big venues. So Sepultura came to play at House of Blues in Orlando, and we had just done a show there a couple weeks before. So I talked to the stage manager. So I was like, "Hey, we're coming back for the Sepultura show. Can we hang out?" And he's like, "Yeah." And so I got a picture of Fritz with Igor, and Fritz was geeking out so fucking hard that he got to meet Igor. But like Igor, and that's one of the things too. South American and Latin percussion has been for years pushed into this whole like I guess you'd say like little box of timbales and congos and bongos and hand drums and all of this stuff, but
Actually, African instruments.
yes, exactly.
They're
But
not Latin.
they're not. But
They're
that's what
African.
people think. That's what people think Latin percussion is.
Talking about races.
Yeah.
Yo, drums
Yeah,
are racist.
yeah.
Yeah, the music we listen isn't from over here.
Yeah, yeah. But when you get a South American person on a drum set, there's a totally different feel though.
Yeah.
The rhythm is not counted the same as Western music is. So it's almost like when you put a Latin percussionist behind the drum kit in Western music, it's like child's play. You know what I mean? Is it the tempo?
Yeah.
The tempo is. Am I wrong? The tempo's counted differently when you come into Western music. Like it's almost
Yeah.
easier, right?
No, tempo on Latin music is too metric.
Yeah, yeah,
There is too metric. You have to deal with 5/7, whatever. Yeah,
Yeah.
there is complicated.
yeah,
Yeah, playing Latin rhythms like actual like I don't know salsa, whatever,
yeah,
merengue.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's hard.
yeah.
See,
Like I say, all that kind of all that music is in from here is from Africa. You know,
Okay.
all the percussions.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
music is different.
being yet again not a musician, I always assumed when I heard Igor, I'm assuming the drummer of Sepultura,
Mhm.
so he
Yeah.
was the one playing the congo.
No, he's like a full on metal. They're a metal band.
But I know,
Metal,
no, I
yeah.
love Sepultura,
Yeah, yeah.
but they had congos and stuff in.
Yeah, he
some
was
of their-
incorporating that into his drum kit.
So that was my
Yeah.
question. I never actually looked into it, but so it was the same guy playing a full normal drum set, but also he had congos around
Yeah.
him that he would play as well.
Yeah,
I always thought when I would hear, because like I said, I played a drum just a little bit, enough to know what is more difficult to do than other things.
yeah.
And anytime I'd hear him playing on the is it bongos or congos?
Congos. Yeah.
Congos, I'm like, that is a lot of and it's all different parts of your hand,
Yeah,
right?
well,
like
but
this
he was
part and that
playing- he was-
pad and-
But Igor is playing congos with the sticks.
oh no
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah, he was incorporating them into his drum set, and he was playing them with the same sticks he was playing the other rest of the.
I love this. Sepultura to this
Yeah.
day is still
You,
probably
you know, even the drummer of Led Zeppelin, John Bonham, on
Yeah.
one of the some of the concert, he was playing the congas with the drumsticks.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Oh, what do you think of Danny Carey from Tool?
From two.
oh,
The drummer.
That's
he's my
he's
favorite.
nuts.
He's my
He's
favorite,
nuts.
and then second would probably be the Sepultura. Igor.
And but what you say what I'm thinking about him?
About who?
The guy from Tool.
Oh yeah, Danny Carey. Yeah, Danny Carey.
Danny
He's-
Carey. Yeah, because there is another drummer. I don't know his name, but I like the drumming of this guy from Meshuggah.
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 Yes. Yeah.
What about now?
Meshuggah and the guy from Tool,
Yeah.
my heroes.
now, what about
The aliens, yeah.
Yeah.
no,
the
well,
aliens,
Well,
yeah.
I know the guy from Tool. I used to live with a drummer, my buddy John,
What?
and yeah, no, I did. And they would always play Tool because it was the thing that was really difficult for him to try to do. And he explained to me the crazy thing about the guy from Tool is he will actually do 4 different
Mhm.
timings with 4 different appendages.
Yeah, you-
like,
Yeah.
and that's
Four things,
that's
yeah.
insane. I mean that is absolutely. Now I will say this, and it's probably gonna make me sound a little elementary or whatever. I could be wrong. I really like the drummer from Bullet for My Valentine. Have you-
Okay. I don't know who that is, but yeah.
No, you know,
Bullet for my Valentine, yeah. It's pretty cool, yeah.
for me, Bullet for My Valentine was always like kind of the newest band to sound like older Metallica. Kind
Okay.
of, you know, no.
No, I don't know about that, but
Well,
what I
musically,
know-
I'm sorry,
yeah,
not
yeah,
not
yeah,
the singing.
musically, yeah.
No, not
yeah,
the
musically,
It's
yeah.
like older Metallica music with emo lyrics over it.
mix,
Right,
yeah,
but I actually went to see him
yeah.
in concert. I really like Bullet for My Valentine. I realize they're emo. I've said to you guys
Yeah, yeah,
before,
yeah.
Owen gives me shit. Oh, you don't like emo? No, I don't like emo
You give me
rap.
shit.
I love some emo rock. You know what I mean? I'm like, that's what it was made for. I want to cry on my drum kit.
Somehow I don't like emos.
No.
I,
You don't like emo music?
Totally
Yeah.
understandable. Like I said, I don't like most country because it'll make me feel sad or whatever. Like
Yeah.
any music that makes me feel sad, I don't like. Emo doesn't make me feel sad, even though it's sad music, and I don't know why, but whatever. Weirdo.
Welcome.
So here's one of the things I think is super interesting. So when we talk about stereotypes, right? So a lot of the stereotypes that people throw out, you don't fit when it comes to people from Mexico, right? You're not a wrestling fan.
Not really. No.
Yeah.
I know about it.
Yeah. How much soccer do you watch?
Not a lot.
Yeah. So that's what makes sense about how you fit into like the group of people that we are. So first of all, I'm a wrestling fan. I fucking watch soccer, but also I'm not expected to because I'm a fucking white guy.
Right.
But down in Mexico, people go, "Oh, he's from Mexico. You gotta know Chicharito, right? You follow Chicharito? You've probably heard that name before. He's a Mexican soccer star, but everyone expects that everyone down in Mexico, you do not have a luchador mask, correct? No.
No. I would love to.
I mean,
do some things.
if you're gonna show your butthole, you gotta wear a luchador mask.
Yeah. That would be a good idea. If you're going to show your butthole, have a luchador mask on. No one knows you butthole they just saw.
I thought that's why they invented them.
Yeah, then everybody would know me by my butthole.
Right. Oh, look, it's
my
Rey.
face.
Yeah.
Look, it's Rey Mysterio Sr.
So,
Yep.
of those stereotypes, just bring it up. So, what is this? Why is the stereotype of Mexicans and luchadors? So, I know, keeping in mind, most of what we know as professional wrestling in the United States and what you see on WWE and all that stuff, all that originated in Mexico, and then white guys saw it, and then they incorporated it into what we do here now. But it all originated from Mexico. So tell me, like, what's the cultural significance with that?
Then people in Mexico, they really love, wrestling.
Yeah.
And they really, how you say, they got a lot of pride.
Yeah.
Out of it. A long time ago, Rey Mysterio,
Yeah, yeah.
they took his mask.
Oh, that was 1999. I remember he was involved in a storyline in WCW where it was lose the match, you have to take your mask off, and that was a giant deal.
That's when I
Because
quit watching.
as a luchador, you don't take your mask off, and he made a deal that he took his mask off, right?
Oh, it was a deal?
Yeah, it was part of the storyline. But so, how did people receive that in Mexico?
But
Yeah.
yeah, because on Mexico there is the tradition.
Yeah.
If a wrestler lose the mask, it was a disgrace.
Yeah.
It was like you make that guy, you just bury it.
Okay, so it's like
Yeah.
that your career's over at that point.
Yeah, and for a lot of wrestlers that they lost their mask, their career were done. There is a couple wrestlers that they came up.
Yeah.
So even though wrestling is scripted, like, were they trying in actual Mexican traditional wrestling? Are they trying to get each other's mask off?
Yeah.
Yeah, like that. That's the
Yeah.
thing. You're trying.
It's a storyline.
Okay.
Yeah.
To keep going up.
But traditionally, a lot of times it's not common for a wrestler's mask to come off in wrestling in the luchadors, right? Not very common. Typically, when your mask comes off, that's you're signifying that I'm retiring, right?
Not really. They bet.
Okay, they gamble on it.
They gamble. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they gamble. They were like, I gonna win this fight,
Yeah.
and then I gonna take your mask. And another thing, on the wrestling, Mexican wrestling,
Yeah.
they were mask against hair.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's like either like whoever loses, either I'm taking your mask off or I'm shaving your head.
Or yeah. No, there were some guys that they got a long hair, and the guy with the mask won, and they grabbed the shaving machine and
Right in the ring.
Right in the ring.
Yeah, in front of everybody.
Oh man.
Yeah.
So that's why it's a cultural thing because the storylines
Yeah.
are. Do the storylines relate to the people in whatever town? Like, is it there's a wrestling organization in each town, or like is it
No, that's
local or it's
That's
national?
national. Yeah.
National.
Yeah, that's our thing.
Oh, so they tour around like in. So the masks are also a family thing, right?
Yeah.
So it's like if you're part of a family, you wear the mask of your family.
Yep.
So that's one of the things
Yeah.
I thought was the coolest. So when Rey Mysterio Jr. came and became a
What?
big thing in America, right? He is not the son of Rey Mysterio Sr. That's his uncle.
Okay.
But his dad wasn't a wrestler. So his uncle, he's taking, lineage with his uncle. So that mask that he wears is the same mask that Rey Mysterio Sr. wore. And so it's part of the family lineage. It's almost like having your coat of arms or your plaid if you were Scottish. It's like the masks are kind of a family thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that too. Yeah.
All I've been able to think about this whole time is if I was a wrestler in Mexico and I'm, winning and taking people's masks off, 100% I'm sewing it into my trunks, and like I'm wearing whose ever mask I took off as trunks in the next match. Like that's my thing. Face right on the junk.
Probably you
So
can
the-
do
I'm
that.
gonna put my wiener out the mouth hole.
Yeah, you can do that. Probably you can do that.
Actually, if you
I
turn
don't know
it,
the rules.
if you turn it upside down,
I don't know the rules.
it'd be perfect. You put your nuts out the eye holes, and then
That's my eyes.
look into my eyes.
I got a lazy eye. One of the.
Lazy eye.
One's a little bigger than the other. He's looking at something over there.
So what's that? So when people say things, it's funny when they talk about like stereotypes of cultures. That's what's always funny to me is like, so Cesar does not follow wrestling at all, but he knows the story because that it's ingrained in the culture. But that's not him. Like, have you been to a wrestling match
Hold
since you
up.
came to the
Hold
United
up.
States?
You can't
No.
say he doesn't know anything about it. That's not him. We've talked about wrestling last 40
No,
minutes.
I said he knows. I said he knows the story, but he's not into it.
Right. No,
Yeah.
I get it. I'm just being
Yeah,
supportive.
but so have you been to a wrestling match in the U.S.?
No.
No. See, and they're everywhere. You can trip and fall into a wrestling match in this country, but
Oh,
nope,
man.
not.
That's great.
Eddie Guerrero? No,
No.
Nope.
I didn't like Eddie Guerrero.
I loved Eddie Guerrero.
Yeah, no, I
Come
didn't like
on, man.
him. I liked Rey Mysterio.
Yeah.
I liked the Hardys because they were kind of like
Yeah,
doing all the flips and shit and wore
Yeah.
Jenkos.
yeah.
It's rougher to flip in Jenkos than a little
Yeah,
fucking
Jenkos.
onesie.
Oh yeah. One thing I will say that Cesar does bring with him from Mexico is that this fucking guy can cook his fucking nuts off.
Oh, I love Mexican food. In case you didn't know, we've talked about Taco Bell a lot on the show, and I
Yeah.
realize that's not traditional Mexican food, but
Tex-Mex.
the beef, the spices, I like that. I prefer spicy food with a lot of seasoning, and so
No,
So-
we don't use a lot of seasoning.
no.
Nah. That's
Oh.
an American thing.
Oh well, then maybe I don't like it.
Used to make flavor. Used to put flavor on their simple cook. You do.
Oh, then I don't like Mexican food.
So
Like, tons of spice.
he used to Bobby used to tell me that he was like if he would like so Bobby would go to Caesar's house. He's like whenever Bobby had a problem where he's like he didn't have a lot of money or whatever. He says go to Caesar's house because when Caesar cooks and he has a whole spread set out, right? And so
Yeah.
and that's become like even like I think last week you had you were going home after the show to make an order of tamales that Ray Brazen had ordered from you, right?
No, actually, somebody else made the tamales.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, but man, those tamales were awesome.
So, with Mexican is there a Mexican restaurant you've been to in this area that you can say that's authentic?
Nah,
No.
no.
What about have you been to El Patro's?
It's close, but
I hear that one's like, but yet again, I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm white. In case
there is some restaurants that made good Mexican food, but nah, it's nothing like back home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when you cook, like, what's your thing? You like, if you were to say, if somebody said, Caesar, show me Mexican food, or give me a sample of what would you cook that you think is your like?
He'd go to 7-Eleven, pick up the taquitos, and be like, "Here you go."
It could be a quick one, a 5 one. Yeah, like I just got a 5 minutes. That's the only thing I got.
Right. So, not to interrupt that,
Yeah.
but now I've got a serious question because now I feel kind of like an idiot. I said I like a lot of spice and seasoning.
Yeah.
You're like, that's not traditional Mexican. Like I said, I do know Taco Bell is, Americanized Mexican
Right,
food,
right.
stuff like that. I went to a restaurant not too long ago called Don Julio's out in Lake Mary. 5-star rated, was supposed to be really good. It was when my aunt was down from New York.
Yeah.
I thought it was the worst shit I had ever had. It was like flavorless. It really was. But now, since you're saying the traditional Mexican food doesn't have a lot of spice, I'm wondering if it's not more traditional. Because it was very not a lot of spices and marinades and stuff like that. It was kind of simple. So is that what that's kind of more the traditional?
Oh, no, depends. Depends what you order.
Well, I don't fucking know then.
So you
Trying to identify-
I think what you're saying, you don't use a whole lot of spices, but you use a lot of herbs and you use sauces, right?
Yeah.
Kind of. So can you explain a little bit like what makes traditional Mexican cooking, like what makes, like what's the breakdown? Like how
I don't know. There is a lot of things.
Yeah.
Everything is basic.
Yeah.
It's gonna be meat,
Yeah.
onion, cilantro, chili, whatever.
Yeah.
But there is a different process, a different thing how you made it.
Yeah, yeah.
You wanna make tacos, there's the same ingredients but different process.
Okay.
But something basic. But if you wanna make something really, really like soups
Yeah.
or whatever, you're gonna make. You had a. I don't know how to explain.
I'm just being real. I didn't know there was Mexican soup.
There's
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
There is this soup from Mexico called pozole,
Yeah.
What's it?
and there is some kind of stew, but back on the day, like on the 1500s,
Yeah.
this soup was made out of prisoners' meat.
Parishioners?
Prisoners meat.
Prisoners.
Oh,
meat.
prisoners.
Oh, so they made it out of the prisoners.
Yeah, the people they were captured on war or whatever, they
Yeah.
cook him.
Oh,
Hey,
wow.
I'll eat some prisoner soup. If it tastes good, I don't give a fuck.
So that was back in the day. That's what they did. It's like you use them
Yeah,
for
like
food source,
500
right?
years ago.
Oh my God, that's fucking nuts.
Bring
Yeah,
it back.
Oh yeah, and then
No, but go ahead.
and then Spanish people came over here and say that you can use human meat,
How dare they?
and then they change it for pork,
Okay.
and they change the recipe, but you can use like plants for flavor. You
So
can
instead of seasoning, you're adding plants to it for the flavor.
yeah
For the flavor. Yeah.
for the flavor. You can
what,
use avocado leaves.
Okay, so is it like well, I was gonna say is it tomato based, but I doubt if you're using avocado. So it's not like a tomato; it'd be more like a mushroom soup, or
No.
like well, you said stew, so it's like more like a brown sauce stew.
No, there is a.
God damn it, Caesar!
I don't know. It's hard to explain it.
I just want to. Well, what's in it?
I don't know. There is hard to explain.
I got
Yeah.
you.
Mexican cuisine.
I got you.
But I don't know.
It's terrible. In case you didn't notice, I love
Hey,
food.
I'm never nervous.
Oh, I
Yeah,
got
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
Well, I'm sorry. I'm
I don't
just.
know how to explain.
Yeah, and I'm coming at you. I'm pretty buzzed.
He's a fat guy. You mentioned food.
Yeah.
Here we are.
You got to realize, you mentioned a food I haven't had before. I'm intrigued. Like this is now important to me in my
He's
heart.
like, I need if there's a Mexican soup, I need to have it.
Yes.
Yeah, I need to figure out why
100%.
about it. Yeah.
Prisoners and all. give it to
You
me.
want human food?
Yeah.
human meat? Human
Well,
meat?
not foot. No, I hate feet.
Meat.
No. Give me like right here. Like the fucking. I'm telling you, if I didn't think I'd need this, I'd cut it right off and eat it. I got a lot of meat right
Yeah.
here.
There's
flank.
another thing he mentioned to me one time that I think is really funny. So, when you talk about in history, like how history is told, right? History tells us that when the Spanish came to Mexico, that they encountered a group of natives that were uneducated, couldn't read, all that other stuff, right? The true story is it was completely the opposite. Is that the Spanish settlers who came to Mexico were like literally like they just sent all the dum-dums over there to try to take over Mexico.
We sailed a boat.
And the people in Mexico were actually far more intelligent and educated than the people from Spain.
True.
Is that not correct?
It is.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
So Jimbo and Daryl and his brother just showed up on shore here, and the Mexican people were like, "Fuck's this guy's problem?"
hey man, give me some of that butthole soup. We got lots of prisoners. We can be fed for a while.
Man, oh,
It's
God.
fun. I would eat butthole soup before I'd eat foot soup.
Really?
I hate feet so much. I don't
You
know.
hate
Yeah.
you hate feet so bad that you
Like
would eat
feet.
butthole.
I
soup.
would eat butthole over feet. I'd eat a live butthole over feet.
That just happened.
I don't know what happened now.
Hey, you said you like weird. I'm turning up the weird, buddy. you asked for this. You said you're part of us.
I don't have a comeback for that.
I like the idea that I'm so weird. The guy that's like, no, I've embraced this. I moved to a whole different country to be around weird people. He's like, you too much. You no.
Yeah, like I say, I'm the normal one. You're the weirdo. I don't know what's going on.
I'm all the way weird. I'm a weird on 11.